Welcome to workout of the week number 65. This time we have a 4-day-a-week upper lower contrast loading power workout. Long name, what's behind that? If you remember, in workout of the week number 51 we also had a contrast loading. There it was focused on strength and power development. This time our goal is to develop power through contrast loading. As a recap, what is contrast loading? If we think of our force velocity curve, we combine different ends of the continuum. So if I would be jumping ahead, last time in workout of the week number 51 we combined the maximum effort and the plyo effort. This time we combine the dynamic effort and the plyo effort in workout 1 and 2, session 1 and 2, and the maximum effort and the plyo effort in workout 3 and 4, session 3 and 4. The training variables, the intensity, 80 to 100% of the 1RM for the maximum effort, 60 to 70% of the 1RM for the dynamic effort, and 0 to 10% for the plyo effort. The rep ranges 1 to 6, very simple, straightforward. The exertion, light to near maximum, so for the plyo effort, and the dynamic effort, it's light to medium, and then for the maximum effort, it's hard to near maximum. So here we have it, maximum effort, dynamic effort, plyo effort when we talk about efforts. If we look at exercises, fairly simple. The maximum effort days or the maximum effort and the dynamic effort is based on fundamental movements, squatting, hinging, pushing and pulling. And for the plyos, we do jumps and throws. The exercises are either ordered most complex to least complex or most explosive to less explosive. The training variables, more training variables, training frequency, 4 days a week. It's a station training including some complexes. The training split is an upper-lower split. And how does it look? Here's our program, we jump right into it. So here we are inside of our 4-day upper-lower contrast loading workout. You download that PDF, you get an overview, you can see the structure of the workout. So workout 1, workout 2, followed by a rest day, workout 3, workout 4, and then followed by 2 more rest days. Workout number 1, it's based on lower body. So we do box squats in complex contrast with the counter movement box jump, and then the deadlift in contrast with the non-counter movement box jump. So again, here for our dynamic effort, 4 sets of 4 at 60% of the 1RM, and for the jumps, 4 sets of 2. The same is true for the deadlift, 4 sets of 4 at 60% of the 1RM, and then for the non-counter movement box jump, 4 sets of 2. If we go to workout number 2, again, we combine the dynamic effort with the plyo effort, but this time it's the upper body, so we do the bench press bend resisted and the bench row bend resisted, and the first complex contrast is the bench press bend resisted with the medicine ball power drop, so a very similar biomechanical movement. And then the bench row, the contrast, the second contrast, complex contrast, is the bench row bend resisted with the medicine ball slam. Again, for the dynamic effort, 4 sets of 4 at 60% of the 1RM, and for the plyo effort, 4 sets of 4 at 2%. So again, I outlined that in previous videos. It's a bit more of an art rather than a science, but it's a very practical applied concept that works very well. So 2% of what? Yes, so if we base that biomechanical similar movement, we base it on the bench press. So if you bench press maximum 100 kilos, then 2% would be a 2 kilo medicine ball. The same is true for the bench row and slam. So for the medicine ball slam, you take 2% of the maximum bench row. If we move on, workout number 3, so this time we combine the maximum effort and the plyo effort. Therefore we do back squats, again combined with counter movement box jumps, and the deadlift with non-counter movement box jumps. Here we do 4 sets of 3 at 85% of the 1RM for the back squat and the deadlift, and then 4 sets of 2 for the jump variations. And if we go to our last workout, so similar setup, we do the bench press and the medicine ball power drop, and we do the bench row and the medicine ball slam. So no changes necessarily in exercise, rather than that's not bench resisted for the bench press and the bench row. So 4 sets of 3 at 85% for the maximum effort, and then 4 sets of 4 at 2% for the plyo effort. This concludes the 4 workouts. You can download that PDF, you get a glossary of the terms, you can read about myself, what my athletes, former athletes have to say about me, my mentees, my former colleagues. And last but certainly not least, you can subscribe to the membership where you get the full 4-week periodized program. This was the first week. Inside the membership, there's the full 4-week periodized program. So let's move back and finish this presentation. So what are the next steps? You download that PDF. Then you join the membership. Inside the membership, as I said, you get the 4-week periodized training program. And considering we are in workout of the week 65, there are another 64 4-week training programs. So make your math, there will be quite a few weeks you can train. But anyway, it has different training programs focused on strength, focused on muscle mass, developing muscle mass, focused on power, focused on strength endurance, 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, and so on. Anyway, check it out. You like and subscribe. You like the video, you subscribe to the channel. You can grab all workouts here. You can watch the previous workout. If you haven't subscribed, here's your last chance. Otherwise, I'll see you next week with the next workout of the week.